Welcome back, everyone, to the Bourbon Judge. Hope everyone's doing well, enjoying the weather here in the Northeast. As you can tell, it's a little bit cool now, right? In November, we got the fleece and so forth. We got the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks, and then obviously the rest of the holidays in the December time frame. But today we're going to go ahead and we're going to review, this is a nice little rye here. This is Yippee Ki Yay, right? From High West Distillery in Park City, Utah. So Yippee Ki Yay, obviously the whole thing of Park City, Utah. They're coming in the whole cowboy theme, right, which is pretty cool. They're paying tribute rather to the whole Western, with the cowboys and so forth. Really cool. High West, they make mostly ryes. They make a couple ryes. They make a bourbon, and then they also make something called a campfire whiskey, which is pretty cool by itself. It's a blend of Scotch, bourbon, and a rye, right, which is pretty cool, right? So that's called campfire whiskey. But this one is the Yippee Ki Yay, and this one, I believe from what I read online, this is basically their double rye that they use. However, they changed up a little bit, right? And this one's actually finished in Vermouth and Syrah barrels, right? So they're using the whole wine barrels to kind of enhance the flavor a little bit, right? But the double rye, the base of this one, if you will, and a lot of their ryes as a whole, is typically aged anywhere from like 2 to 7 years, right? So 2 to 7 years is the age statement, at least for the double rye. This Yippee Ki Yay, which is kind of like their fifth product as a whole, this one I bought at Costco for $80. So please make sure that you check, your local Costco's if you're near one. In addition, of course, to your liquor stores, Costco actually does have some really good selection of bourbon and ryes. Again, I found this for $80, but I've seen it in liquor stores anywhere from like $80 to up to even $100, right? What else do we have here? Let's kind of go ahead and just kind of get into, I've already poured this, just kind of go ahead and get into the color. So beautiful, beautiful brown, nice amber, golden brown, great color. Just kind of get into the nose a little bit, right? All right. So, wow. The number one thing that stands out, that wine, the vermouth. So as you probably know, vermouth is a very earthy wine, right? Those grapes are very earthy, right? Very like root based, just very strong as a whole, very powerful, and it definitely stands out in the smell, the nose. I get the traditional rye, right? Very like grainy, if you will. That stands out as well. A little bit of cinnamon. Some honey, not a ton though, not a ton of honey. It's a very earthy smell as a whole. All right, I gotta get into this one a little bit here. Okay. So, I should tell you, by the way, at 92 proof, it goes down really smooth, right? It goes down really smooth. Not a ton of dryness, the normal dryness that you would normally get from the rye. Not a ton of that. Probably maybe the wine kind of throwing it off a little bit. But overall, very earthy, right? Very earthy. Again, from the vermouth finish as a whole, and then Syrah as well. But let me just kind of finish this off. I'll never leave some bourbon or rye in the glass. I got to finish it, right? Okay. All right. So first and foremost, the number one thing that stands out is you absolutely taste the vermouth and the Syrah finish. Absolutely, hands down. Definitely changes the complexity of the traditional rye itself. But in many times you always ask me, Bourbon Judge, is this one worth buying? Do I leave it on the shelf? And so forth. And is it worth $80 to $100? Folks, the verdict is in. This, not a buy. Do not buy this. Save your money. I'm gonna tell you, right? So I spent $80. Save your money. So here, a couple things, right? I'm a rye fan with the best of them, right? There's a lot of great ryes out there. I think here with Yippee Ki Yay or High West Distillery, what they tried doing obviously is changing up a little bit and finishing it in a vermouth and a Syrah barrel, right? There are some good ryes out there that really have kind of nailed this, such as Whistle Pig, their 12-year, right? That's finished in some different wine finishes or wine barrels, if you will. That's done really, really well. I think what throws this off is the vermouth. Not so much the Syrah, but the Vermouth. Vermouth is a very earthy, grainy type of a wine or grape, if you will, right? And it really throws this one off. It's almost like just too much earthiness, right? I got a lot of you know, earth and like ginger and nutmeg in the overall palate as I was tasting this, and it just tastes almost like I was, you know, just drinking the earth, if you will, which in some cases is okay, but this is almost a little bit too much in my opinion. So again, save your money. I would recommend a lot of other good ryes out there. Again, even like one like Whistle Pig, if you're trying to change the profile a little bit, but not this one in particular. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, folks. Thank you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and we will talk soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.